I'm like, oh, okay. So we're all at a higher bandwidth frequency now. If that's coming in, then so are we. Yeah. We always have the ability to match the frequency. Always.
Yeah.
Whatever, no matter what it is. Because I always deal with frequency and harmonics and resonancy. And I remember Gaia telling me a long time ago, and she said, whatever discordant frequency exists, there's another one that creates the harmonic resonancy balance.
Right.
Otherwise, that one could not exist. So that means cancer. Any incurable exists the cure.
Right.
Anything. And so when we're faced with a little bit more intensity, then we're just actually getting activated into another higher bandwidth ourselves.
Right.
So that's what I feel is happening, because the crystals have manifested this year from the land, literally manifesting on the land, and I'm the devices, the technologies for to strengthen our unity connection and our crystalline grid. So it's really interesting when you see what's happening in the world, and I don't know as much of what's going on in the world unless I'm being told, unless someone comes in and tells me, what's happening. But whatever it is, if it seems intense, then we got the intensity. We're being awakened in our own essence to deal with it. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Whatever it's got, we got the answer.
Absolutely.
So if they come in with the 5D, and they've talked about it, if they do that, I mean, just think about what you explained so perfectly a while ago. All that's going to do is allow us to, we're going to raise our frequency and put a deeper imprint, a faster imprint, a more powerful imprint. And I get the feeling that AI can't keep up. We've tipped the scales now, and it's moving at warp speed. And like you said, we do it from the individual soul, because when we do that, we imprint the entire divine matrix. Divine, what'd you call it?
Yes.
Yeah, we imprint the whole thing. One person taking that emotion, taking all of that multidimensional human experience and integrating it and putting it into a song or putting it into a video or putting it into a post is imprinting the entire grid, the entire holy grid. And when they do that, the next person can go right through that road and expand it. It's a beautiful contagion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's as time goes on, I feel our next step is our connection and our unity connection to each other.
Yeah.
And the power and the divinity of that. Now, one, like you were talking about, even one person putting something out, what we're doing here, putting into the divine matrix, is extremely and extraordinarily powerful. And I think you were saying that our soul imprinting that out into the world is more significant and powerful than artificial things.
That's right.
Because of our soul. Because the artificial things doesn't have individual soul.
That's right.
Of source God essence.
That's right. It can only copy. And the other thing is that we now have the elementals, the plants, the animals are all with us, not to mention the galactic aspects and our multidimensional aspects, but we have, that is soul. That is the I am soul. And that's why it can't keep up with us anymore. We've tipped it. This is a great broadcast.
That's wonderful how you said that. What the soul is, the divinity, the connection, and we need to hear it.
Yes, we do.
Even though we know it. I know, coming from the ultra-sensitive Blu-ray Starseeds, because a lot of the beings, they know it. They kind of know it. Sometimes they're quiet about it. And they need to know, we need reassurance, or we just need to know that to match the frequency and the connection. Yeah. And I love what you said, because the words that I hear is vitally important that we know of soul and what the soul is. I like your connection of soul. The soul is the elements, and our unity alignment with the elements. I mean, think of all the elements. Yeah. The power, the divinity of that, and the galactics. Yeah. Because we are that.
Yes.
We are, like, each one of us is a representation from our groups.
Yeah.
Like, we're the astronaut humans.
That's right.
I came down. I'm here from my group. I'm here from many of my groups, and I see it all the time. We're the ones. So we have our lineages that we're individually connected to. We are incredible.
Yeah.
We're just. I mean, we are. I've thought of that. I'm like, we are supersonic, incredibly, exquisitely amazing. Beyond that, all these beings and all this cover up, all this stuff, they got to do all that. They're so afraid
That's
of
right.
us.
Oh my God.
Us humans. They're so afraid of what? Oh, the human God essence, soul potential. They're so afraid of that they are doing. I've seen it. They've showed me what they're doing. All this disruption, and it's big. It's gargantuous. This ridiculousness. We know. We don't even have to speak it in specifics. It's all over. The conspiracies and all the stuff. It's out there. It's true. However, we're so all that. We're so amazing.
Yeah.
We're God essence and form, multidimensional, elemental, galactic, all, and that's why. But that's why. Otherwise, that wouldn't exist. Like, well, they wouldn't need to do that because they're not all that. But we are all that. Right. We are so all that, and I feel we're so close.
You hit it tonight, though. You actually explained it a way I haven't heard before, and I'm going to jump on the highest buildings from this day out, because all it takes, and you said it. This internet is a physical representation. It's something that was brought in actually to counter us. But what they didn't understand is that one single soul who's aligned with the elementals and the plants and the galactics, who's open and has the faith and the knowing and speaks it. There's something about speaking it. When this happens, it's more, the whole world can't hold it down. The whole AI aspect of the world can't hold down one soul. So all we got to do is get up there and start doing it. That's all we have to do. That's what you're doing tonight. That's what you did tonight, explaining that. That's what Amanda did with her two friends at the tour today. You could see everyone's tears of joy. Everyone was connected. You could see through the ethers. Mm-hmm. And the same thing's happening now. And now the dam's open. They can't stop us. In fact, this is the Jubilee. This is it. This is why we came. This is it. We didn't come just to do the work. We came to have a party.
Exactly. Experience that. The last weeks, I've had different experiences. Of course, in the last couple of days, I've felt a great intensity of energies, because I feel like my body's just trying to keep up with the high bandwidth frequency. But what I've experienced the last couple of weeks too, and you were sharing about that, is this joy. Yeah. This joy to be alive.
Yeah.
This love that just, like, it's spontaneous. It doesn't even come out of nowhere, and that's what I like about it. That it doesn't. It's not dependent upon something else.
No.
It just is. And as we're coming into this place, that's what's happening, because that's who we really are. This love, and love is great. It's just like I feel it's like the higher heart, like our higher heart that goes beyond any reasoning, any reckoning. It's like this greater essence joy of just being alive, being able to breathe this air, and the unity that's coming back, because it's that back and forth. Because we're so supported, we breathe out, we breathe in. We're completely supported by life.
That's right.
By the light, and so there is more, like it's spontaneous joy.
That's right.
Spontaneous love, gratitude, compassion. Just spontaneous, because that's what our true humanness is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing in the AI infrastructure can hold us back. No laws can hold us back. No borders can hold us back. Nothing can hold us back. Nothing can. And the more we do this, the bigger the wave is.
Yes, the bigger the wave is, the bigger the unity wave.
That's right.
Where we resonate, we feel. I know as Blu-rays, we're sensitive empaths, and I know we all are, to some degree. But we're like consciously kind of feeling the whole conscious grid.
Yeah.
But we're the anchors.
That's right.
See, the Starseeds are the one that we're call them new forerunners, and I feel that what we're doing is that we're the first ones that are consciously feeling the experience of these waves and it going through our bodies, and then we collectively are determining, the Starseeds, we get to do this, to determine how it is upon the earth and upon the planet. We're the ones, even though it doesn't sometimes look like that, because you may have like news or something, I don't know, TV or something. There's a media thing out there. But truly, we're the ones that are shifting consciousness and reality by our beingness. And when we experience things, and when we allow things, and when we transform things, that's so important to be transformers of the energies, because we can.
Yeah, when we counter the illusion, when we counter the borders and the laws and the beliefs, when we counter that, when we say, I've had enough, I will not participate, we know, and so we integrate that human, because that is the gift. That is the icing on the cake. That is what you said. They went to all this trouble to hold down the personal recognition, the individual recognizing the human soul, hybrid, galactic, multidimensional, incredible supernatural beings. So this is what we're supposed to do. This is why we came here. And one of us does one thing one day, the next one takes it a little bit further the next day. And the next day somebody else. And then there's a whole bunch of people bull rushing this thing. This is what we do. It makes no sense. If it makes sense, don't do it. But it's what we came here to do. This is who we are. We own that. We own that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautifully put. I want to shout out to the Blu-rays. And it's interesting when you were sharing about the blue energy, because I've been feeling this kind of blue wave energy as well, and kind of ushering through. And the blue wave energy is kind of ensuing us to speak up, and to be who we are, and to share the gifts, and to not be downtrodden. The Blu-ray is being kind of amped up. And now the Blu-ray, like a typical Blu-ray, I think I'm a typical Blu-ray, but it comes through the sacred divine feminine. Okay, so it's very honoring, and it's very respectful. Okay, because we're putting the balance because there needs to be a little bit more of a balance on this planet. And so that's why we do it through the sacred divine feminine. That's why we don't go out in the dead of winter and plant seeds, because you flow, you go with, you honor creation. But we're being asked to kind of to come out more in our essence, to step up, to share.
Yep.
And also, I've noticed too is that this also means that when you are in a situation that you could have been in before, because you are allowing more of the resonancy of who you are, your God essence. Also, what's happening is other situations and other people and other relationships, even locations, are going to start rubbing you the wrong way.
That's right.
Because it's like your frequency resonancy is not being supported by that other way, that other relationship, that other situation, and so it's going to be uncomfortable. Yeah. And so if that's happening, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's your beingness saying that this is not the high situation for you anymore now. It may have been a year ago, a month ago, a week ago, or even the place that you live in.
Yeah.
Now it's time to move on because you have expanded.
That's right.
And you need to continue to expand, and you need to be supported. That's important. We need to be supported. We need to be in situations that support us, support who we truly are.
Support our true, to what we truly are. Our multidimensional, starseed, blue rays, all of that stuff. And the thing is, the heart is the monitor. If we as a starseed are walking around with a half full heart, that's what we're putting out. The monitor, the barometer is the heart. The more we expand that heart, regardless of what the world thinks, regardless of whether it conforms with the 3D matrix or not, but it lights up this divine matrix. You know, it lights it up like a fireworks show. This is all we have to do. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's more than that. And like you said, we need that support from each other in our environments. But at the same time, we need to understand the more we expand our heart, the more our light being star families are supporting us. The elementals, the plants, the animals, they are. The universal is supporting us. I'm seeing it. I'm living proof. And I'm getting more and more conviction about it every time I do one of these shows, especially today. Powerful day.
It is. It's amazing. I feel that is that's part of our next step. And I love that our heart is the monitor.
Yeah.
The Blu-ray, we have to go through the heart. We have to go through that. That's the sacred divine feminine, you know, the nurturing. We have to go through that. And it takes bravery. And it takes courage. I mean, you're a strong, amazing, brave warrior. When you can do that, that's a true warrior. To live to the power of your heart.
Yes. And
we all know that the power, they've done studies. I mean, the heart is way more frequency, way more powerful. And I think even more than, I don't think we even know yet.
No.
I don't even think, we don't even know the capacity of the power of everything is put together here. We're here because of love. We exist because of the power of love.
That's right. And being true. You know, I want to share something with you. I want to share something with you that happened to me yesterday with Morgan. What really happened to me, you know, but she was there to help me get through it, being the incredible Blu-ray that she is. So we've all done a lot of inner work. And I thought my inner work, whatever you want to call it, I thought I'd seen the worst of it, you know. But I had a run-in with my inner child yesterday. And I mean, it was brutal. It was inconceivable to me. And of course, this is all metaphorical. So the child was shackled, and she said, talk to him, and take the shackles off. Is he okay now? And then I saw what I consider my cosmic mother and father, as metaphorically speaking, because that's all the human brain can do. Yeshua and Magdalene came in and held the child, right? And I thought, well, okay, everything's cool now. And then she's like, well, check with him. Is he okay? He wasn't okay. He wasn't happy with the mother and the father. And the whole thing ended up transcending into, I'm the mother and father. I'm Magdalene and Yeshua energy. And the child came into my heart. And my point here is that being true and authentic, and that love is most necessary, most impactful for yourself. And it's not just words. This was a deep shadow that I wasn't really totally conscious of, that I needed to heal. But it took love to do that. And Morgan always says it takes 2 to 5 days for the human to catch up. I'm on day 2, and I don't know what's going to happen the next 3 days, but I feel like I'm on fire. And I know that the courage it took, and I'm not saying because it's me, because we've all done it, but the courage to dig deep in there and be honest with yourself. If you have someone supporting you, that's great. But the courage to deal with the illusion that we've bought into, where they got us the most, all this AI stuff is impactful, but where they got us was in our consciousness. That's where they attacked us, and that's no longer there. It won't be supported. It is not pure love. We are pure love. So I'm just going to encourage each and everybody to dig. Don't run from those thoughts that appear in your head. Don't run from those images. This is you. This is your higher self, your multidimensional aspects telling you how to move to the next level. Thank you for letting me share that.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. That's really powerful and significant. And I have to say it because you're a man. Men, we need more men to be able to have the courage and the strength to do so. Because it kind of has been more, the spiritual community, it has been more women, lots of more women, tons of more women, and we're a little bit used to easier of nurturing, because we're a female, we have children, but to nurture ourselves, and society looks at us too that it's okay, we can have emotions and we can nurture ourselves and we can be love, but it is so significant. It is so significant, the male energy, because to heal, to be courageous like that, because the women, we need that as well. Like, I need that. I need the men. I need the male to be able to do that, so that they can hold the energy with me, and not just even being in a personal relationship with me, just being in a relationship, an encounter, a connection on this planet.
Yes,
it's important for that, and I so much grateful for that and honor you for that, to be able to do that, and like you said, to honor that as well, because that can happen. That's, I was saying before, I was experiencing the other day. Normally, I am really very easygoing, pretty kind, always looking at a person's highest good. It's just kind of always been my nature as an Angelic Blu-ray. But I was in the presence with this other person, and I couldn't take it. I just couldn't stand it anymore. Like my whole being just got like upset, and I just couldn't take it. And normally I would just be kinder or go to the highest level.
Yeah.
But my being was saying, no, you're reacting this way. Look at yourself.
Yeah.
You've got to honor yourself. There's a reason that you're reacting this way, that you're feeling this way, that you're feeling so uncomfortable because this person is not honoring you.
Yeah.
This person is belittling you.
Yes.
And your body and your being and your emotions are saying, this is not right.
That's right.
This is not right. So honor it and speak it.
Yes.
And you don't have and you don't have to speak it in a way of cursing or negativity or that kind of thing. I'm not into that frequency.
Yeah.
Because it's like with the great joy and the great expansion of our heart, like you said, shadows are coming up as well for us to see, for us to embrace our God essence. And sometimes we're going to start feeling uncomfortable in situations and with people. They're going to make us feel really uneasy. This is really important, Todd.
It is important.
When it makes us feel uneasy, okay, because sometimes we drown things out.
Yeah.
We're so downtrodden sometimes in society. They're always trying to downtrodden you, and we need to know what the real true frequency is. And a movie, and a person, and a product, and a food. The mask. That's how I feel. I feel like we need to continue to connect with the true God frequency, and that God frequency is through all things.
That's right.
And it's a lot of times it's being masked. And we're not supposed to feel, or we're not. Get over it. But that's our barometer. That's our barometer.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a situation over the last 3 or 4 days with someone, and I'm not comfortable, and I don't need to, especially after yesterday. I really do feel softer, because I've been pretty intense most of my life. I've gotten softer, but that was a huge shift for me. Something's happened to me, and I respect it and honor it, and I don't resonate with this frequency coming at me. I don't resonate with their actions over the last few days. And I'm just going to tell them that. I'm not going to cuss at them. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say, I don't resonate with this. I love you. Shake hands and part company. See you down the road on the Soul Highway. But I think you're right. I think we have to speak it. And we can do it with love and kindness. We can do it with love and kindness. We don't have to yell at people. This is me saying that, and I did it for years. But it's true. It's honoring the God presence, God Goddess presence we are, and also them. It's giving them the respect of being straight. And I've been lucky to learn a lot of this from Morgan. And that's also indicative, just as you are, and so many of these other divine feminines, is that the power of the Mother Goddess coming back to this earth realm. That's a biggest part of this Blu-ray Starseed message. And that's why 65-70% of the people, the souls in these light worker groups have been feminine. But that's changing, and I would encourage some of these men that I know on this, making comments now, who I love and respect, pick up the camera, talk into the camera, put some posts out, speak it, because that's what we need, and they need us. They do. They do. And believe me, when I say the men, the masculine energy starts doing this, it's going to even tip this thing further. It's going to be like an avalanche. And they are waiting for us, and they've been waiting for us. I'm fired up.
You're making me cry.
Well, it's true. Well,
you're making me cry because it's such resonancy within my heart. And to hear you say that is just like such resonancy within my heart, because I feel like the blue rays and the women, and myself included, are so much holding this space. And I guess I didn't know it, but it's like we're waiting, It's like we're waiting for you, and we really want you. Like we really need you. We really need the male energy in every way. And we just that's just was so beautiful, so touching for you to share it in that way, because I could share it, but it just resonates within my heart, and how important that is. And because as as a priestess, as a feminine woman, I would love support, more support.
Yeah.
In general on the planet, and just in my life, of the male presence. Yeah. I would so love it. So it's just so beautiful. You just speak it. Okay?
Yeah, speak it. That's
I'm
right.
calling the blue rays.
That's right.
To really step up. Okay, you've been called, dear ones. You lovely, beautiful, sensitive beings. And the men, I'm calling you. We're calling you. We're calling you to step up. We need you. We need you to be courageous. Yeah. What a real courageous warrior is, that's what a courageous warrior is. We all need to be courageous. Both ways. Yeah.
Well, and I want to thank you, because I learned something tonight. You connected some dots for me tonight in the perfect synchronicity. As we forged forward with our hearts, that's what happens. We all merge, and then these explosions happen. But your description of this highest physical manifestation of the ethers, this mirror, this physical mirror, of the divine holy matrix, holy grid, whatever you called it. I get this now. And I remember when I started, like so many of us starting out, like, what are we doing? And I'm getting up on the camera, and I'm all full of shadow, and I'm just speaking truth and love, and it was pure, like so many other people that have done it and are doing it. But it's important to speak our truth, even personal truths, because again, like you said, we're imprinting the entire divine matrix. So I sit here as a man tonight, and the love of my lives is going home. And I'm not worried, because I know the power that we are. And I'm not going to fall prey to this illusion that we came out of. This is why we came here, to create the miracles. We are the miracles. And as long as we keep feeding that and supporting and loving each other, and more men step in, more masculine energy, not men, masculine energy, souls that have a predominant masculine energy, step the F up. Okay? Open your heart and speak. Tell us what your troubles are. Tell somebody, talk to somebody, open it up. It's not easy, but it sure is a simple process, and it sure feels good when you're done. And again, like you said, Shekina, we came here to contribute and serve the collective. And the beautiful thing about it is you can do it from your own space. You don't have to go out and get on the world stage. You can do it right here, right now, anytime you want to, on the internet, because it permeates the entire holy matrix.
Yeah.
I love that term.
Yes. I do it here. I do it here. I touch the earth, and I know. And I'll send things out into the divine holy matrix through the earth. Love and gratitude and connection. And on the internet. We have to use the internet to serve us. It needs to serve us. It needs to serve us too. And that's how we do it. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Whew, are you gonna? We got another show in 13 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull myself off the ceiling. Do you want to? Do you want to do? I want to collaborate. I want to collaborate with you. I saw it while we were talking. We'll talk about it. Music, light language with some soul speaking rap. Yeah. So, do you want to do a light language song? Are you up to it? Or whatever you want to do to close it out is fine with me.
Well, let's see what happens, because if I don't have my microphone on, but you can hear me, so I'm just, yeah, let's do it. Let's see what comes forth. Kudas emela anish etahamo etishikit alas osamihitea. At the highest point, where my soul, where our souls connect in the unity of alliance of the divine holy matrix that permeates through love. I am, and we are, and I see you in the unity of one essence light connecting source divine. We are.
Thank you, Divine Goddess. Thank you for sharing space with us and having an incredible show, incredible broadcast. I'd love to do it again.